Hi guys, welcome to Football with Brownie with a difference again. I hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading love during this pandemic. Because we all need a little bit of loving, Nate, don't we? We all need a
We
little bit of
do,
loving,
we do, yeah.
and I need to keep myself safe as well. Because at the moment I'm in Cardiff city centre, and just in case it kicks off for whatever reason, then I got Nathan to help me out, take a show on while I.
Yeah. What you do, idiots?
Yeah, no, I know, no, I know. And basically Cardiff, for people who don't know the UK, Cardiff is a party, crazy party capital. Really, it's where many people go for the stag or hen weekends, and yeah, if you're sober walking around the city centre, it can be a fucking arse ache or a pain in the arse. Anyway, Nate, how are you, my friend? You
I'm
good?
good. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm very good,
And
yeah.
apologies, but Nathan only just informed me that I actually put the advert as tomorrow, this time tomorrow. So apologies, Nathan. But
It's all right.
anyway, anyway, I just can't believe the video which I've had to upload. Well, I say I had to upload. I didn't have to upload it at all, but it was crazy. Nathan, I'm not kidding you, right? The first 3 minutes, it was the clicks were 100 a minute. Right?
Fucking hell.
I had 300 the first 3 minutes it was uploaded. It's now starting to die down now. Say half an hour, and I've got nearly 750 clicks. But unfortunately, what many people may not know is that it can take say maybe an hour for YouTube
To
to check
monetize.
the video and monetize it. So unfortunately, they're still checking it. So I've lost out on adverts for 750 people at the moment. Um, okay, it's a question and answer. Me and Nathan. Nathan, many thanks for coming on.
Fine, no
I
problem,
know
yeah.
it was short notice. The last 24 hours in the football world or in
Oh, it's
my
been
football world,
crazy.
it's been absolutely crazy. I'll be honest with
Has,
you.
yeah.
It's been absolutely crazy, and and you know what, Nath? I'm not kidding you, right? It just all the actions of footballers in the last week or so has just thrown it back in the face of the support in
It
which people were
has.
giving footballers because of the racial incidents after the England Italy Euro final.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
It's basically killed that support off because people now are saying, "What the fuck do these footballers think they are again?" Do you know what I mean?
Well, at least
We're going to
at
chat
least
for
it's
a minute,
killed the
Nate.
debate of the racism now, hasn't it? At least it's
Well,
killed that.
I know. To be honest, I do want that debate to still go on, but the problem is with mainstream media is that they only report the latest news. That is the
Yeah.
problem. Right, we'll go into the chat for a minute. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely is Bale going to go Cardiff? It really is a stalling point, mate. It really is a stalling point. Now, the problem with Cardiff have, and they always had a plan B. The problem Cardiff had, right, is that their parachute payments come to an end this year because they're only in the Premier League for 1 year. So they only have, I think, 2 years of Premier parachute payments. They come to an end. Cardiff now need to fill a gap of 25 million. Now their plan A was to get Bale in, and the commercial revenue from Bale would then plug that gap. If I'm honest with you now, Mackenzie, you're telling me 1 to 10. I'm gonna say three, four,
I'm gonna
four at
go
the
for
push.
yeah, I'm gonna go three at the minute.
And I'll be honest. I'm being completely honest with you guys. Um, you know, I was so confident. I personally lost a bit of money on this.
Yeah, I did as well. I did
You
13 to
know,
1.
but it's not dead in the water. And I tell you why it's not dead in the water. It's that Real Madrid want Mbappe. They want Mbappe and they want him this summer, right? Now, it may take a lot of money more money than what Real Madrid have got at the moment to get Mbappe there. So it could well be a case. There's definitely, games going on both sides. But it could well be a case. It could go down to the last minute where Real Madrid say, "Fuck, we want Mbappe. They need a further so many million. How can we get that money freed up?"
Yeah,
And that's where the opportunity of paying off Bale's contract may come in.
it comes in,
Uh, let's go to Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. On still what I don't. Nate, you done a championship kind of.
I've done a Premier League one. I've got a Championship one coming
Okay.
tomorrow.
Well, you answer this question.
How screwed are Swansea? Well, I've just heard another manager's turned them down. They are screwed. They're more than screwed. These could easily go down this season because they've lost a manager. They're going to start losing players. They haven't brung anyone in yet. I say 9. They're screwed.
You know what? You always get one club who fuck it up just before the season starts, don't you? You always do. Listen, they are our rivals. I detest the fuckers, right? I really detest the bastards, right? I would want them, as long as they're below us, for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah.
However, we were above them for nearly 13 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I missed the South Wales derby. I missed it. As a Cardiff fan,
Can't hear you, Brownie. Sounds
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Daya just rang me. So Daya, if you're ringing me, stop it because I'm doing it on my phone here, right? As a Cardiff fan, I wouldn't want them to go down because I do enjoy the build up of the South Wales derby. I hate watching a game. But the build up is something special.
It is, yeah.
So on a scale, I think they are screwed, but I think it's worse teams than Swansea in the division, so I don't think they'll go down. The easy option would be Alan Tate. That would be the easy option. He's a fan's favourite. He's a number 2 or he's on a coaching staff. That would be the cheap option as well. And Swansea are, our cheap pound stretcher brothers. But we'll see. Zach, hope you're well. And Zach, I'll be honest, Zach, I put it out on all my social media, thanking you, and I clipped it as well. You're doing a super chat. Many, many thanks for being the first super chat donor of Football Brownie.
I've seen it on Twitter. So.
I got to look around. You never know, bloody. Right? Yeah. Clive, Brentford Clive, evening lads. Is it now time for Joey Knobhead Barton, be banned from life for football?
It is time because he's made so many stupid mistakes in his life. Me and Brownie were talking just before that there's 3 more cases come up out of the blue. And there's a lot more court cases to come for Joey Barton.
Yeah.
So
and he was banned. The problem I got with completely banning people from the game, right? And bear in mind, you're talking to someone who was banned from watching his team for 3 years, because of my banning order, right? The problem you have got is that you're taking, whether you like him or not, if you ban him from the game, you're taking his livelihood away. And that doesn't only affect him, it affects his family as well and his kids.
It does, yeah.
And you from the northeast as well. I'm from South Wales Valleys, Nath. During the 80s, both of our areas suffered mass redundancies. That was only
Mickey, just come in.
while his nan is kicking off. that is only the breadwinner of families, but the whole family were affected, and why should Barton's family suffer financial hardship because of what this dickhead has done? Darren, hi Dar, hope you well, my friend. Box, evening Brownie and Nathan. I've said all along that Bale of Hay, yeah. Clive is not dead yet, mate. It ain't dead yet. I'm telling you now, Bale wants to come back. And there's been murmurs, I wouldn't even call them rumours. There's been suggestions that it could end up in a players' strike.
What?
Steve, I'd mentioned this to Steve. Steve have said, oh, no, because he'd be breaking a contract. But...
Well, Bill, yeah.
Yeah. There's murmurs, not even rumours, if I'm honest, or maybe a suggestion from one or two Spanish press that it could well end up in Bale going on strike. But
that would be... Well, Johan Cabaye did that in Newcastle. And how did that end?
Yeah. I mentioned it to Steve the other night, and he was like, "Oh no, you break a contract." Yeah, but what if he threatens it and does it during the pre-season?
Then you'd be a very lucky. Then you'll be a very, very thingy there. It'll kick off big time. It'll end up in court. This.
Yeah, and Zach, I just had a notification. You followed me on Twitter as well. Many thanks, mate. I'll be glad to look stupid, but I think Swansea will be in relegation. I don't think so. I think the gap between League One and Championship is growing every season, and I'm sure. I think that all the ones that got promoted may struggle, and
So then I don't think Peterborough will struggle, but then
they always have. They've come back. They've come up to a championship about 6 times since Cardiff have been there, and they've always gone back down. And Box, I think Madrid will go for Mbappe next summer. No. Madrid this summer. That is this summer.
This summer.
Basically,
and it's going to be done in the last week of July.
I think, Nath, in all fairness to Real Madrid, what they've said, and it's proven to be true, all their business is going to be the last 2 weeks of July, right? And it is.
And it's the last week, and it is the last 2 weeks of July now. So we're gonna.
What people need to think of, Florentino Perez and his PR team around him need this to work, right? The team failed the membership, and I wouldn't even call it supporters. The membership, the vast membership, right? The team failed them, right?
Yeah.
He basically, incorrectly, in my opinion, won the last presidential election because he changed the rules and it didn't tell anybody about them. So he had no one running against him officially.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about image with Perez and Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid are going back to the Bernabeu, right, at the start of next season. Well, not start. They won the first 3 games to be played away, but you know what I mean.
But will they get that
Ideally, the original idea was that they would have Mbappe and Haaland in Real Madrid shirts to be the image of the Real Madrid team when they open the Bernabeu. Looks like Haaland could be delayed for 12 months. But Mbappe is a definite.
I heard about Haaland today. There's been 130 million bid being put in for him. Chelsea have put that in.
To be honest, I viewed your Haaland as a done deal. Haaland's done deal with Real Madrid. I heard that for the last 12 months. You can ask Sam. And I know the Spanish media love him. He loves Marbella. He loves Spain, I tell you. I've seen him in Marbella a couple of times. and it's already a done deal in my opinion. Anyway, it's all opinions. Madrid need to sell a few players off, but COVID it will take a few windows. Well, I've also heard as well that Isco they're prepared to give 15 million for Isco now. 15 million.
What to go?
Yeah, 15 million to buy Isco. You know,
Who's paying 50 million to buy Isco?
no. They're willing to accept
Oh,
15
they wouldn't
million.
expect.
Now,
That
Isco,
that could be interesting.
a few years ago, when he was at his prime, Isco was one of the best players in the world. I even thought he was a future Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah,
And then Zidane took over at Real, and he changed the fucking the structure halfway through his tenure. And Isco was no. Listen, Isco's a party boy as well. Let's not get away from that. He loves the food. He loves a tapa, and he loves But there was a point 4 years ago. Isco was on top of the world, and I am sad really of just how much his career have gone downhill since.
yeah.
But 15 million Isco. If you can get the Isco of a couple of years ago, that'd be a bargain. But I don't think you do it. It's like Varane.
It is
I
like
think,
yeah, it's like Varane, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what happens with Isco.
Grimes is off to Swansea.
No, he's off to Fulham. I'm sure.
Harry Wilson going to Fulham for 12 million. If I'm on it, Nath, what do you think of Harry Wilson as an outsider? I know he played for Cardiff last year. On loan.
He played well for Cardiff, but I need to see him at a higher level.
If I'm honest with you, I watched him play for Wales and Cardiff. Cardiff was the wrong team for him because a lot of those players still had the Neil Warnock playing football mindset.
Yeah.
And that wasn't fucking Harry Wilson's game. And it never was. It was the wrong move. It was never going to work. It was basically a Welsh PR bloody loan signing, really. And an expensive one as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it will work with Fulham.
Maybe, but I would like to see him in the Premier League. I'd like to see him at a Brighton. I would like to see him at a Palace.
But I tell you what, this season with Fulham would be a very, very important one for Harry Wilson's career. If he doesn't click now, if he doesn't click at Fulham at Championship level, then his career could go downhill.
It's a make or break season for him this season. And obviously I'll be doing my Championship predictions tomorrow, as I got loads of slack on my Premier League ones. But they're my opinions, and we'll see.
Fulham spending parachute money. Well, they deserve it, man. They deserve it.
That's
don't know how to get up in the first place.
Yeah, they're spending parachute money because.
Should Marcos Alonso be banned? Why? What's he done?
Oh God! Don't say another footballer's done something.
I don't know what's he done, Cheddar. I haven't got a clue, mate. I've been lots of COVID on Swansea camp as well.
They've had to cancel friendly help, yeah.
Oh, hey, there's a lot of AIDS around Swansea as well, but that's
that's another virus. It's another virus over Swansea camp.
I'm good, mate. Brentford Clive says, why do I laugh at my own jokes? Brentford Clive says, Brownie, Barton's behaviour affects his life more than football. Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm not saying that. Clive. But, if you were banned from... Listen, I went to prison, yeah? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to prison. Years ago, I went to prison. And it affected... When I come back out, it affected I couldn't get a job. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. And my depression when I couldn't get a job because of my criminal history, I went downhill. Because I was downhill, my parents went. It affected them. It affected their work. It does have a knock-on effect.
does.
does have a knock. Now I know I may come across as a bit snowflakey by saying that, but listen, I grew up in the 1984 miners' strike in the South Wales valleys, and I know and I've seen it with my own eyes as a kid. How much the main breadwinner of a family, without having any income, how much that can affect a family. Now I know at different scales of income, completely understand, but if football is the only thing Joey Barton knows, what's he going to do for the rest of his life? You know?
That would be very interesting to see what he does with his life, because you've got to look at this now. Being being charged for an assault, he's done it many times before. Now needs thrown. The boot needs thrown, because if you'll just keep doing it, otherwise.
But boxer, I know I'm skipping a bit because guys, I really I'll have to go in the next 5 minutes or so. So guys, I do apologize. I know I'm skipping a bit. Isco was one of the most highly rated boys in the world. He really, really was. Yeah, yeah. I love Isco. I love Isco. I know, I've met him a couple of times over in Spain because I lived very near to him. Steve lived near to him, and well, his family really. And
Yeah,
it just shows that he's down to earth. Now, over in Spain, they have a winter break, yeah? Every winter break, he comes home and he goes out to the local bars and restaurants in which he used to visit, because he went from Malaga to Real Madrid, you see. So, and if you're lucky enough to be in that bar when he visits during the winter break, then you'll get at least a free pint because he buys everyone a drink and everyone food as well. So
freaking hell.
yeah. That's kind of like every year, and you go every bar. For example, you could go 5 6 bars a night. If you're lucky enough to be in that bar when he arrives, then you have your night free. You know,
That's really good of him, Matt. It's brilliant.
15 or 50 for Isco. 1-5, my friend. It's basically
15. Yeah.
it's also because of his contract with Real Madrid is in the final year. So it's 15 million if you buy him in January, because he's free to no, if it's 15 million now,
And he's free
and
to
he's
talk to
free to
someone.
talk to people then in January,
Can you?
and he's a free agent then this time next year. Lim, Arsenal why don't Newcastle put a cheeky bid in Vertical? You never know.
Because we can't spend any money. Because Mike
Exactly. High
Ashley's not
Wilson was a
spending
key
any.
player, but I felt, yeah, he was basically because Cardiff didn't play to his strengths. Because let's be honest, they're not a passing team, Cardiff. Never
They're a
have
lot.
been,
They're a Group 1 team.
Yeah. They
They've
never
always
play to
been
his
Group 1.
strengths. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I know that, yeah. He did. He was drink driving years ago and killed a 19-year-old girl, yeah.
Well, I remember McCulloch, was it a Plymouth goalkeeper? Can't remember now. And he ran away. Or Lee Hughes as well, wasn't he? He ran away. Drink
Yeah.
drive. Yeah. No club parachute. Hey,
Well,
I tell you what, Clive. Tell you what, Brentford Clive. You say that when you're relegated next year, and you've got you got everyone on Premier League wages, and the only income you get in is Championship level income. And you're stuck with them Premier League wages because all Brentford players now will basically have improved contracts, don't they? Right? Anxiety, yeah, 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 exactly. Lee Hughes, yeah. Every now and then, a legend comes in. You've been out with Savannah. Luke McCormack, that's right. Luke McCormack, yeah.
yeah.
You had Lee Hughes as well, as Box said. What I find funny is that plenty of promising talent. I mean, look what happened in football in the last week. Look what happened in football in the last. It's crazy.
We got Sigerson, got Barton.
Prison FC. You know, Fabrizio Romano be going, here we go, prison from Everton to Prison FC, from bloody Bristol Rovers to Prison FC. Prison FC is going to be.
It's going to be a transfer. It's going to be
Yeah, I
transfer
know.
deadline day. What no one's going to forget because Prison FC is going to be.
I know. So right now I see the police are coming behind, so I better go, Nate. They parked up for about 5 minutes, I think, just watching what the hell I'm doing with a little beer. Right, I'm going to have to go, Nate. I'm going to have to go. Many thanks for coming on. Many thanks, everybody in the chat. I know we didn't get to talk about Wayne Rooney, but guys, put the comments in that video, because that does also help the video as well get more views, Nate, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So put your feelings about Wayne Rooney. Personally, I think that I think a complete setup.
Yeah, so definitely.
You know, people who know me on this channel know that I'm not a big lover of footballers. You know, sometimes they who the fuck do they think they are, basically. But on this occasion, I'm actually sticking up for Wayne Rooney.
He's been set up, definitely.
You know, how many of us have gone out with our mates and gone back to our mate? I'm not, you know, probably our mate's place with a group of people.
True. A lot of us.
Right. Nath, I'll catch you later. Take care.
Yeah, catch you later. Take
Adios.
care. Adios.